Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, my name is Nina Graham. I go by the Grounded Oracle, and I am back with another collective reading. This reading speaks to the fire signs Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And y'all got some stuff to unpack here, and I really feel a way about this because there's a lot going on here. I have like 3 different scenarios, and y'all not out here doing right. That's gonna throw some things off balance for you if you don't get that get that in order. And it's a reason why the cards are laid out along the timeline like this. Yeah, so the cards are spread out like this specifically because this is what's happening in between the timeline. So, we have been going clockwise in our cycles, right? So, in the midst of the cycle, it's some stuff that needs to be made right, some stuff that needs to be talked about. It's some stuff that needs to come out before it has a ability to turn bad and there's an explosion. So, it's a lot going on with y'all fire signs. It's a lot going on. So let me get into the message. Okay, so there's a change that's happening. A change that's going to bring in a lot of pressure for you. Of course, you are aware of that. But this change is also bringing in healing, energy, happiness, joy, and comfort. So it's also helping you to be in a good place, all right? So with this change comes a connection and the ability to create something that is meaningful, I'm sensing. So with this, there is a new beginning, and we'll get into these cards later, but I want you to see how this is laid out so that you can see it's a reason why they're laid out like that. Okay, so in this instance, something has to be made right. There's something that you need to come clean about, or somebody needs to come clean about something. And I'm pretty sure you know what it is. It's pertaining to a marriage and a new beginning in a marriage. Something that somebody doesn't want. They're not going to want this. Somebody wants to move on. And they've been working towards building something new. They're needing to have the courage they're being guided to have a conversation. They have some responsibility, some work that they need to do, because it has the opportunity to get out of control, to cause a fire here. Okay, it could something can be cooked up. It can something can be cooked up and it doesn't. I'm not sensing it's something good. Okay, so for some of you, I keep getting this. One of y'all pregnant by somebody's husband. Y'all tripping. I can This is coming in strong in my messages. And somebody gotta be accountable for their actions. It's a conversation that's gonna come up. Somebody gonna have to come clean. This is gonna take you out of your comfort zone. So let me break down where we are in the cycle. We have come halfway through the cycle. So we know that halfway through the cycle, at this point, this is going to take you out of your comfort zone. Okay? And with that, although it's going to take you out of your comfort zone, it's going to restore balance into your life. It's not that the pregnancy is a bad thing. This is going to bring you good luck, prosperity. This connection is a good thing. I'm sensing that the conversation is just for clarity. I'm sensing that it's something to be talked about, but it's nothing really to be talked about because what's done is done. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. And so in that, we know, again, this is going to be overly emotional for one of the parties, but it's going to bring luck to the other party, and they're going to feel empowered, and they're going to walk in their power, and they're going to embrace that power. But the opportunity for the bad is you don't want this person to be out. I'm seeing them be out and get caught off guard. You don't want them to be out and get caught off guard. Okay, that's what I'm sensing. Okay, now, another situation, there is someone who is under pressure for time. The sun rises when we are born, but it sets when it's time for us to transition. And there is a transition happening soon. There is a change that is coming soon. And where we once were of the sun, we go back to the earth, basically. So in this instance, as we return to the earth, a lot of times we like to get our affairs in order, and in doing so, for someone, it's going to spark a problem. It's gonna spark a fire. Someone is gonna be upset because they're gonna find out about another party. They're gonna find out about another person that they've been dealing with, and that's going to spark a lot of emotions. And The sun for this person sets in either 8 days or on August 8th. Could be significant. 10:10 on the timer as I said that. So unfortunately, the person who I'm talking about, they are gonna pass away either on August 8th or in 8 days. But they are going to leave you very comfortable. They're going to leave somebody very comfortable. I'm sensing they're going to leave both parties very comfortable, but they have to know about each other so that when the time comes, they don't clash. They need to know about each other ahead of time, because everything that you've been working towards, making sure this person is also comfortable, can be undone if it's not handled properly. So if you want to make sure that you leave this person set in a way that you intend for them to be set, if you are watching my messages, then you need to make sure that they know about each other before it gets too late. That they're introduced to each other. I mean, you already on your way out now, and you know you on your way out, so there's no use in keeping them separate at this point. So in this, so you need to enlighten. You need to enlighten the person that you were dealing with. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire signs. Someone is needing to be clear with you, to be open, or you are needing to be clear with someone and be open with them. This is something that's near and dear to your heart. This, for somebody, this was a true love connection. This is a sacred union, and this is a test to see if you are going to handle what it is that you need to handle correctly in order to get what it is that you want. Okay, and that's the message that I have for you. And I know this one was a hard one. I really didn't want to give this one out, but listen, there is hope. If this is done correctly, once the sun sets, you can pour into both of these individuals how you intended to, and it has the ability to bless everybody. It has the ability to bless everybody. So when your time comes and you return back to the earth, you return back to Mother Nature, we can make sure, Mother Nature can make sure that both of those souls are poured into. If you handle this situation correctly. That goes for the first scenario, that goes for the second scenario. Somebody needed to have a conversation about moving on and being clear about that. And the other person needed to have a conversation about final, getting affairs in order and things like that. Because the time is now. So the sun is setting and you are aware. You know that you are dying. So this isn't something that's being spared, sprung up on you. You may not want to face the reality of it. You may be in denial, but you are still aware. You've been made aware. So at this point, it's just time to face it, and then you may face it, and you may not. There are consequences. There is an imbalance that you can bring into your life if you do not handle this correctly. The imbalance that you can bring into your life, your person may not be able to get what it is that you have set aside for them. Okay? And the first scenario, you may not be able to have the family that you want. You may fall into old habits, old patterns, and that's not good for anyone, because again, we want our cycles to come full circle, but we don't want to go counterclockwise. We want to go clockwise. We want to go full circle, but we want to move in the way that we should go. So that's just something to think about. And actually, this actually ties into the messages that I have been giving for the past couple of days. The earth sign and the water sign message that I gave dealt with the infinity symbol. So time is near. Time is coming. And it's unfortunate, but we all have a day that we will transition. Okay, well, that's the message that I have for you, fire signs. Take what resonates.